We'll see if I get that one. The past several months certainly have been very stressful as we've been navigating and the mapping out the landscape here in the new normal due to COVID-19. If you've been a victim of emotional eating lately, this segment is for you. Andrea Swipe Murdaugh talked with an expert on this very topic. Here's what they had to say.
The stresses of the world have led us to reach for what is affectionately known as comfort food, perhaps more often than in our pre-COVID lifestyles. But today we have Tricia Nelson, emotional eating expert and founder of the Heal Your Hunger Institute, here to equip us with tools to avoid the stress of stress eating. Hi, Tricia.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being with us. This is such an important topic, something that's affecting all of us. And what we can really truly say is that the game has changed and so have the statistics. So what are you seeing across America in this day and age?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think COVID has just really brought the idea of emotional eating to the fore because we're stuck at home and we have a lot more stress and life has changed to where there's actually a threat every day you walk out your door. And so people are turning to food for comfort to, really mitigate their stress and their sense of anxiety. And comfort foods are usually not salads, they're heavier foods like carbs and sugar and snacky junk food. So that's really what's been happening is people are using food for something that, goes way beyond nutrition.
And you had your own battle with emotional eating. So what was your experience like? How did you realize that it was more than just eating, that we had become emotional eating?
Absolutely. I was 50 pounds overweight, and it was because of emotional eating. I'd been on many diets and done many different kinds of pills and potions and programs. But the real problem was that I had this emotional connection to food where when I was uncomfortable, when I was anxious, when I was depressed, or just, something didn't go right in my life, I would turn to food and use that to really console me. And so it became a habit and a real problem that I had to address. Otherwise, my efforts at weight loss were really going to fail as they do for so many.
So important. And you're not only the founder of the Heal Your Hunger Institute, but you're also the author of Heal Your Hunger, 7 Simple Steps to End Emotional Eating. So while we might not be able to get to all 7, I think there's 3 or 4 that are really going to set the foundation. So why don't we start with that? You focus on having a good routine, especially for the morning. What does that look like for you?
Yeah. So, stress is so much of the cause of stress eating, obviously. And so much of the time we jump out of bed, we're checking our phone, we're looking at email, and we just get right into our day. And over time, the stress piles up. And by late afternoon, we are reaching for snacky foods to give us a boost of energy. Whereas if we start our day by really getting centered and what I say, putting money in your bank account, your spiritual bank account, if you will. And you do that by having some kind of centering routine where you meditate or pray, do yoga, something that's calming and helping you to really just start your day with intention and really grounded in a sense of well-being and peace instead of stress. And what you can do is you can draw on that, on those deposits that you made later in the day when the stress piles up. And so it's easier to say no to unhealthy foods when you do have a sense of centeredness, when you're not ricocheting from one, demand to another in life. You're responding instead of reacting when you have started your day. Just really, it's just can be very simple, but just really spending time with yourself, with God, whatever feeds your soul, so you can use that and have that with you throughout the day.
Okay, and we've got about a minute left, but I think this next one is really critical. We're talking about eating. We're not necessarily talking about your main meals, but that time in between and the way that you go about eating really sets the tone for what your day is going to look like.
It does. I teach my clients something called 3-meal magic, which is eating 3 meals with nothing in between. And this is so powerful because that alone will show people how much they do emotionally eat if they stop the snacking, because people are reaching for food unconsciously all throughout the day. But if you have the 3 meals, you shut down the kitchen, so to speak, in between the meals, you go about your day, you're thinking about food a lot less, you're eating a lot less. And those in-between in-between meal snacks, as I said, are never like healthy foods. They're snacky, junk foods. And so when you do this, it just helps you have some sanity around food. It also is a structure that your body can get used to, so you can digest in between your meals and give your body a break. And it's so helpful also with starting to really identify, what those emotions are that we might be using or might be driving our snacking and our overeating.
So you've got plenty of resources, the book, you've got a podcast, all types of things. Tell us how we can learn more and really get a hold of our emotional eating today.
Yeah, I think the best thing is for people to go to my website, which is healyourhunger.com, HEAL, healyourhunger.com. And if somebody's not sure if they're an emotional eater, there's a free quiz there that they can take, and they can find out if they are an emotional eater, and they can go from there and get lots of tips on what to do about it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us. I think we all need to take a page out of your book, literally, to make sure that we're on the right track for summer, but also for our health. Thank you for being with us, Tricia.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be posting more information on our website at WTBR.com/BTM.